Hi guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. So we've got some more transfer news. Paul Pogba to Monaco. Here we go. Confirmed last night by Fabrizio Romano. And PP is back. Paul Pogba is back in action, people. As a Manchester United fan, this is so good to see. Yes, when Pogba was at Manchester United, he was a very good player, but he never really reached the top of his game, if we're being honest. And he got that ban, which he has served. I think it was a 2-year ban. It could have been more. Which he served, and now he's back playing football for Monaco. And I think it's a good sign in this for Monaco. Yes, Paul Pogba's been out of action for 2 years, but he would have looked after himself, because he probably knew that he was going to come back and join a team. And, I think this is a really good signing for Monaco. It's a free signing as well. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Paul Pogba does for Monaco next season. I think he probably goes straight into the team, if I'm being honest. I mean, I'm not sure who Monaco have in midfield, but Paul Pogba's got to start. He's got to start. Get him into that team for opening game of the season. Get him in. And yeah, it's a really, really good signing for Monaco. I think personally for Pogba as well, just to be back playing football, I think is a big thing for him. No doubt he's going to be very, very motivated now, Paul Pogba. To get back, into those conversations as being a world-class midfielder. Personally, for me, I think them days are past Pogba now. I don't think he's ever going to reach, world-class midfielder level again. I mean, he could do, but I just don't think he will. I think that ban, it's probably cost him that, to be honest. But yeah, Pogba's not the only player to join Monaco. Ansu Fati as well has also joined Monaco. So Monaco are making moves. Ansu Fati is a loan obligation to buy. But Monaco, 2 good signings. I don't think they're going to challenge PSG next season. Obviously, PSG coming off Champions League, they're going to be very hard to stop next season, PSG. But, for Paul Pogba, I think it's just getting back to playing football, getting back, doing what he loves. And it's going to be interesting. I actually said to a couple of my mates when Fabrizio posted, here we go, I just put a message in saying, can Pogba make the France World Cup squad next year? I think he can, and I think he will. I think Paul Pogba will make the France squad for the World Cup next year. I do think he will. I mean, Didier Deschamps loves Paul Pogba, and Paul Pogba always delivered for France, usually. So I don't think there's a question that Paul Pogba isn't even going to the World Cup. I think he is going. Obviously, there'll be no Kante now because I believe Kante has retired from international football. Obviously, Kante and Pogba had that unbelievable record of when they played together, they didn't lose a game. Absolute ridiculous stat, that. But yeah, I think that's probably the motivation for Pogba now, to be honest, for this upcoming season, is to put in a really good display this season and get in the France squad. And I think he will do it. And, it's going to be interesting to see if he does get into the France squad, Paul Pogba. It'll be interesting to see if he starts, because France are loaded with quality. Mainly in attack, but they've got really good quality in midfield, which is where Paul Pogba plays. But yeah, even if he's not starting, I think he'll be a bench player. And what a bench player to bring off the bench if France are struggling in games. But yeah, it's just so good to see Paul Pogba back. I'm really hoping he can shine. And Monaco's not a bad team to go to. to be honest, I'm not really surprised that like one of the higher clubs didn't go for him because he is aging. He is aging, Paul Pogba, and he is known to have I wouldn't say attitude problems, but he sometimes just doesn't really work hard. So I think maybe the top teams aren't going for him, maybe because of that. But what a steal this could be for Monaco. And yeah, it's just so good to see him back playing football. He is a joy to watch, Paul Pogba. He is a joy. When he's on his game, he's unplayable at times. And, I'm really hoping that this can be a success for him. But, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. It'll be interesting to see how that break, well, I mean, it wasn't really a break. He got banned. How that ban has affected him physically and mentally. I think mentally, he's going to want to prove a point to the whole world, because people forgot about Paul Pogba. People have forgot about him. So he's got to show the world who he is and what he's about. Physically, obviously, he would have looked after himself. He would have been, in the gym daily. Because Paul Pogba probably knew this day was coming, returning to football. I mean, I'm not even sure if Pogba considered retiring. I mean, surely that must have come into his mind at one point when he got the ban about retiring. But clearly he isn't retiring, which is good to see. And yeah, I can't wait to see what Paul Pogba does next season for Monaco. I'm going to be interested in Monaco next season now because of Pogba. See how he does. I think he'll do fine. I think he'll do absolutely fine. It may take him, a few months to, get back proper into it because obviously when you're just coming back from either a long-term injury or a 2-year ban like Pogba has, it can take a little bit of time to, get going again. But no, really good coup for Monaco. It really is a good coup. Really good play to get, especially on a free. I mean, the contract's going to be quite heavy, probably. But, not signing him for anything is a really good signing. But, guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on Paul Pogba joining Monaco. Yeah, I mean, this first video in like 2 weeks because we haven't had any transfer news in 2 weeks. But no, it's good to be back doing this one. Paul Pogba to Monaco. Great signing for Monaco. And yeah, I'm really hoping Paul Pogba can get back to his best. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Catch you later.